Resources. And it's my pleasure to welcome Lauren Attana this afternoon, who's going to be talking to us about how to effectively execute a content marketing strategy with limited resources, which, if you're in a university environment, I think is probably familiar to all of us. So Lauren is the Marketing and Communications Officer at ERSA. She regularly works with researchers and commercial users, as well as a national network of cross-functional institutions, departments, and organizations. She has a Bachelor of Public Relations from the University of South Australia, where she majored in marketing and events. Previously, from a financial planning background, she has extensive experience in implementing and overseeing internal and external marketing and communications programs. At ERSA, she is heavily involved in projects relating to digital marketing, social media, and internal communications. Working within a marketing team, she regularly assists with the delivery of creative and innovative marketing and communication solutions for local and national projects for ERSA, Nectar, and various other institutions. So welcome, Lauren.
Hello. Well, she stole my intro line, which was all good. Just a description about who I am. So I'm Lauren. I am the Marketing and Communications Officer at ERSA, and in short, yes, I'm heavily involved with local and national projects relating to digital marketing, social media, and internal communications. So today I'm here to provide advice, DIY advice, to librarians, ITS, and other staff who want to actively market and promote their tools and services and raise their profile via strategic content marketing. As you know, academic libraries and ITS services frequently need to adapt to the changing demands of learning, teaching, and research. They often undergo comprehensive and wide-reaching transformation in how they create, use, and support useful data discovery and management tools. However, they're often restricted by limited budgets and lack marketing capability or resources to promote them. Content marketing is an engagement tool that can easily be added to anybody's outreach, promotion, and communications toolkit, and essentially overcome this issue. So ERSA, formerly known as eResearch SA, is SA's provider of HPC, data management and storage, research, communication, and visualization services for researchers, government, and business sectors in SA. We are also a joint venture between our three major unis in South Australia. So who here has heard of the term content marketing? And out of those people, who knows what it means? My manager there in the crowd has put her hand up. To be honest, I hadn't put it into practice until I began working at ERSA and added it into our communication activities. And I can tell you, the intricacies of content marketing can be intimidating, particularly if you're working with a small or under-budgeted team with minimal marketing know-how. Today I'll discuss how to get the most out of this approach and how to align your communication goals with your content development activities. Traditional marketing is becoming less and less effective by the minute. It talks at you, it interrupts, annoys, is often relevant, and quickly dismissed. It's that buy this, buy that, buy now approach. Content marketing is something different. It's about storytelling. It talks with you, and it's something anybody can do well. Adopting the latter marketing approach allows you to share information about your tools and services in a meaningful way with your audience by providing value through educational or entertaining content. This is a really good quote because it is marketing that does that. Interesting can mean something different from one person to the next. This is how traditional marketing operates. Content marketing replaces the word interesting with relevant and makes some kind of personal connection to that information. Without that personal connection, that information would go in one ear and out the other. I'll put this into a practical example for you. Let's say you want to promote a new service or a program. Everyone that receives your email invite will ask themselves internally, what's in it for me? And we all do this with everything. You want to be useful and not just say, hey, we've got a new data management class. Promote what people will get out of that class. Rather than saying that, try fast-track your research projects by using our data management tools. In the invite, include a case study about how this particular tool or service has benefited another researcher, student or user. Pull out a testimonial or a quote from them highlighting how taking up this service helped their research. Maybe instead of a case study, it's a story about you and your experience with the new program or service. Make it personal. If you can successfully answer the question, what's in it for me, then you've made that personal connection and you've created value in their minds. It's not about selling something. Yes, the idea is that only 30% of your post is going to be this, hey, come do this, come do that, the promotional stuff, but 70% of it will be the engaging, relevant stuff. Content marketing, it comes in many shapes and forms. It can be ebooks, blogs and articles, videos, social media, basically anything that provides value. The average Australian marketer uses 8 tactics to engage with audiences. This strategy is smart, especially for those on a tight budget, because they can reuse the same content across all these platforms, increasing their exposure in the process. And what makes content marketing so good? It's strategic and it has a plan behind it. It is focused to a specific target audience, so not just everyone's an audience. It's personal, relevant to you. It also needs to be consistent. It is an ongoing process, so be ready for that. And it has goals. It's meant to drive a particular action. So what happens when it doesn't exist in an institution? Well, nothing good. And many institutions operate without any strategy. And when they do this, there is no reason for their audience to really care about anything they post. It also highlights how very little understanding they have of their audience and what they might want. And when that happens, and their content fails to engage anyone, there are more consequences than not getting any likes or comments. Their content continues to be ignored because it's often bad or useless. A lack of interest can also mean a lack of trust. Their audience won't value them because their value has clearly not been demonstrated. So take advantage of the opportunity you have here. You've got the opportunity to differentiate yourselves by acting as managers and organisations of information and become recognised as a central learning space. Build the content right, and yeah, highly likely they'll probably read it. But remember, you are the expert in your organisation, or at least you know a great deal more about it than those who you want to actually share the content with. This means all the content is something you can create, and the only cost is your time. But your time is precious. So this guide helps you do this in the most time-efficient way possible. And just in the red box there, I've got some tips that you can take away. But I will go through these. In order to win the fight for eyeballs, you need to have great content on your blog or on your website. Your ideas should be original. Rehashing the same concepts or other posts over and over again is not original. If your content is too played out, no one's going to link to it, and that defeats the purpose. Second, always focus on creating strong headlines. A good headline sparks interest and invites readers in. 80% of people will read your headlines. Out of the 80, only 20% will continue on to read your content. Make your content actionable. What is the call to action? What do you want people to do as a result of reading your content? Do you want them to come to a program? Do you want them to be a beta tester for a new service? What is the end result? Be able to provide answers. When people use a search engine, what they ultimately want is an answer, and it's the search engine's job to provide that. It's the same when people are reading your content. They want answers, and they want those answers fast. So make sure your content is easy to scan so people can pick up on the important bits quickly. Probably something you're all very well versed in is be accurate in sourcing your info. Consider who you're linking to. Are they a trusted authoritative source? In libraries, the widespread transformation of physical collections to electronic has made this easier. Linking to quality resources will earn you more trust from your readers. And it's important to remember that your credibility is tied to, your institution's credibility is tied to the content you do decide to share. So when choosing and searching for sources, ensure they have the credibility and ensure you cite correctly. Link to more content. The more you can back up and substantiate what you're writing about, the more trusted your content will become. And help the next one is just help the search engines out. Linking to other content will help the search engines figure out what your content is and categorize it accordingly. Create engaging and thought-provoking content. Like you lot, an engaged audience are hanging on to every word I'm saying. But the only way to get that is make the content engaging. It all starts with you and what you want to write. So maybe leave your readers with questions. This doesn't mean an incomplete post, but leave them something to self-reflect with. Have an important and promising introduction. Most people tend to decide within the first few sentences whether your post is worthwhile reading. Make it engaging, make it relevant, make them want to read it. People love stories. You can add an anecdote in your introduction or have a story woven into your post. Stories can help clarify a point. Communicate better by adding images and video. You already know that people learn differently. Some people learn better by seeing, while others learn better by hearing. Pretty much no one learns less by seeing, so have the visual aids. And write short and pointed content. Eliminate the fluff. A brief to the point post or article that is filled with information is great. And always proofread your content. So how do you successfully execute a content marketing plan when you don't even have a team? If it's you, the best and first thing you need to do is build a content marketing plan. It does not have to be elaborate. It does not have to be 10 pages long. It just needs to be clear and concise, and according to me, should follow these 5 steps. Should contain these 5 steps. And I'll go through them quite quickly for you. So you need to set objectives. What are your goals? These goals could be increasing potential users or students, retention of the existing ones, making more people aware of your research publications, your data discovery services, or IT tools. What does success look like to you in 6 to 12 months from now? Is it a 50% increase in program uptake? Is it a 80% increase in website visits? It doesn't have to be elaborate, it can just be simple. Who are you trying to reach with your content? If you don't know your audience, your content will fail. Do the research and you will be very successful. Create a content plan. This is Organisation 101. Download a content calendar template. I've got one in there in the toolkit there for you. What types of content will you produce? Think about this. Are you wanting to produce blogs, articles? Do you want to just focus on Twitter? Have those in there. Think about how often you'll publish your content. No doubt you're very busy people, I understand that, but create a plan that you can commit to, whether it's sending out an e-newsletter every quarter, posting on Twitter once a day. Do something that you can commit to, not something that's outrageous. How will you promote your content? Think about the platforms you're going to use. Are you going to have a heavy social media platform? Are you going to have heavy social media use? Is it Facebook and Twitter you'll use? Is it website heavy? And then always test and analyze in order to measure your response, effectiveness, and refine your content based on these findings. Then repeat all your measures, and then just repeat all your measures. Determining where you're going to share your content is easy, whether it's via Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, IT users who prefer Slack, and then there's your institution's website or blog. To me, the best platforms are the ones that can manage multiple channels at once. I know that at Ursa, I personally use Hootsuite, which manages all of our social media from a single dashboard and automatically finds the best time to schedule and post our content. This is the ultimate time saver. MailChimp is also great for our emails and e-newsletters, and it's a simple drag and drop interface. But probably the best thing about those 2 platforms is both are free to use and provide reports on how our content is tracking, and in terms of what's working for our organisation and our audience. Don't be afraid to reuse and recycle your content. But repurposing content is more than just reposting content. Think of it like repeat offending an outfit but changing the belt or adding earrings. I'm sure the men here know what I'm talking about. This is pulling it up out of a blog or wherever it was, somewhere down the road, and say, maybe we can do something else with this. Maybe the title is a tweet. Maybe you can make a picture out of it and post it on Facebook or Instagram. Break it up into small pieces so it can be used in other places. You spent so much time building the content, get the most out of your content. So what does it look like in 2000? What does the marketing? What does content marketing look like in 2017 and beyond? Well, I've narrowed it down into 6 trends that are new to the marketing world. Most of you may have already experienced some of these, even if you haven't realised it yet. Marketing in real time. So with the growing number of mobile devices and increasing internet speed, it's made information readily available, literally at our fingertips, no matter where we are. The benefit of this is that it provides your audiences with offers, events, and information instantly at the moments they're likely to engage. How is this done? By social media. It's quick. There's quick, bite-sized pieces of content posted so readers can easily digest it, quickly access it, and remember it. And you'll see this in news feeds, live streams, stories, time-limited offers. The next trend is bringing the offline online. Geodata and machine learning have led to the rise of location-based services. Your audience are no longer walking around looking for physical signs about programs or looking up events online. They're on their phones waiting for information to be brought to them based on where they are. The benefit of this, bringing offline efforts online will allow you to reach potentially new users who didn't know you existed or who might just be visiting the area. And how do you do this? Take photos of what's going on. Promote in-person offers via social media, via your email, or even on your website. The third trend, segmented marketing. Targeting online allows you to choose what type of people your ads are shown to based on demographic information like location, age, gender, interests, etc. The benefit of this enables you to cater your content for specific groups by determining what type of audience it will be shown to. An example of this is via Facebook ads. Facebook ads allow you to choose to have your content displayed for a specific age group, gender, etc. The next one is producing content for humans. Search engines and applications are producing results aligned with human thinking and behaviour, not just algorithms and target keywords. People don't favour your content because it ranks high on Google. They will read it because it resonates with them. If you sound like a robot vying for popularity by using target keywords, it's not going to work out well for you. The benefit of this is if you produce content for humans, your readers will read it, trust its source, and as a result, Google will favour it and rank you highly. How can you do this? Create a post that answers questions your target audiences want, rather than what would rank highly on Google search engines. Leverage your micro-influencers. This is kind of like having a spokesperson. Influencer marketing is the new celebrity endorsement. Social media and blogging have enabled otherwise ordinary people to express their expertise and obtain a celebrity-like status within a particular niche. The benefit? Online, this is word-of-mouth marketing at its best. Micro-influencers promote your organisation by leveraging existing connections within your target audience. How can you do this? Reach out to micro-influencers and present an ask or an offer that provides a mutual benefit for both your institution and the influencer. If they love it, their followers will love it. And think outside the box with email. The online experience has become a multi-channel, multimedia experience. This trend is the embedding of all channels in one place via email. By integrating email into other channels of communication, you create more opportunities to convey important information to your audience. So a great practical example of this is a monthly newsletter, which can include upcoming events from your website, top posts from your blog, articles with links to other sources. It could even feature photos posted by your readers on Facebook or Instagram as a way to encourage other students or users to post about your institution's programs and events, etc. In summary, marketing without a budget really doesn't have to be that hard, so long as you've got the right tools. And trust me, there's a lot of tools out there, so I highly recommend just looking at the five I've got listed here. You need to create content that works for you and your audience. Develop a simple content marketing plan. Use your expertise to produce helpful content based on all the stuff you already know. Focus on tasks you can do yourself. Track your efforts and see what works. Engage in person and on social media and collaborate wherever you can. And as an FYI, this presentation has been a great example of content marketing, as I've just provided you with something of great value. You're welcome. Thank you. Any questions? Yes.
Simon Sinek did a great TED talk about emotional intelligence, starting with the emotional connection and then moving to can and what.
Mm-hmm.
But how do you reckon, or what's your opinion on how to create an emotional engagement?
Yep, I think imagery is a great way to evoke that ethos. I think that's what it was called back when I was at uni. They encourage us to use imagery or wording that, let's say you're going for something sad, so a crying child or something like that will evoke that thing, will evoke that emotion. So embedding a story that has that same sad sentiment would be a good idea. So I'm trying to think of an example here, but imagery is very good, and it's the quickest. And there's a reason why there's a quote: "A picture says 1,000 words." Yeah. I'll think of an example. And I'll get back to you.
Other question?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Well, competitions are awesome to use as a form of advertising because what's in it for them is winning, and everyone loves free stuff. So, but I think I know what you mean. Like if you're saying, this survey has no value to me, I'm not going to see what's going to happen after it. I'm just filling it out because I'm told to. Well, it's up to you. You got to think. You yourself need to think, why am I actually targeting that person? Why is this person taking the survey? Because if it's not relevant to them, then are they the right people to be taking the survey? Mm-hmm. 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 Yep. Yep. And you let them know that. You say, shape the way the uni is going to be, shape the way the uni program is for the next following year. Tell them what their impact is going to do. And then throw in a competition. Free t-shirt. Does that make sense? Yep. You just need to twist. I think your thinking was the survey is irrelevant. It's just a survey to them. But really, it's a big deal to you. So why is it a big deal to you? It's because it's going to shape the program for next year, or the 6 months, or whatever. That's a good question. Yes. Yep. Running a competition is a great one to get people to actually open it up. A lot of something I said in the presentation is the headline. 80% of the people will read your headline. So think of it, your subject line when you send their email. You need to make sure that is actually clearly outlining why they should open the email. So saying, so I'm sure you don't run competitions, so I probably shouldn't give that information, but do you, in your institution, do you offer a program or training programs or services like that? Yep, so something, a simple headline like, I also mentioned it, fast track your research projects by attending our whatever training workshop. So talk about what they're going to get. Personalise the email even. So there's, in MailChimp, there's the capability of having their name automatically inserted. So have that already seeing their name. Anyone who sees their name in an email will instantly, it's one of the things they'll pick up. So have those small changes, make it personal, having a name makes it personal, having their name makes it personal to them, and then just follow on with what they're going to get out of the IT news. And what I do at Earth is I will personalise it, so it will say, "Hi Lauren," and then I'll say things like, I'll just say the example again, which is the fast track your research projects with our new HPC workshop, and then graduate job opportunity. Like I will state exactly what they would want to hear, rather than saying, "Hey, we've got this. Look at what we've got. Look what we've got here." Does that make sense? The value is what works. Thanks.
One last question. I don't think that's a good thing to say. It's obviously not a good marketing focus. Every time I say one last question, there isn't one. So not to use that in the future. But thank you very much, Lauren, and just a small token of our appreciation.
Thanks for having me, guys.